All right. So in our previous class, we tried to cover one of the business scenario where we were analyzing the number of stocks we had, and then how many units we got the order, and then what's the difference? Are we negative or positive here? And then we also try to see how we can visualize this data and then give it to the business users so that they could do some analysis. And then we were able to build a chart here and then enable data points so that it will be helpful for the users. And then you could see we have the KPIs at the top. So, and then followed by the slices to the right. And then we have this chart visual available here. So today we will be more focusing on how we will be presenting a chart to the business users based on the requirements. So our focus will be on inventory management, and then we will be, let's say, uh, giving the report to the warehouse manager. So we will be seeing how we can leverage the data what we have available and then build a report for the inventory manager. So for that, let me delete any of the existing report pages that doesn't belong to inventory. That means I can come to this page number 3 and then delete this page, and then similar thing I could do it for the other report pages as well. So page number 2 here, 1, and product sales analysis. Let's delete this as well, and shipment analysis. Okay, so let me switch the report page so you could see here I'm selecting this visual report page and then sliding it to the left. That means I want to keep this report page as the landing report page. So now you have to observe how I will be translating this report page so that it will be more appealing for the business users. So one thing what we could do is we can add a logo for the company. So let's see if we have Northwind data set company logo. Okay, so let's take Power BI logo and let's take this one, save the image, and then let's save here, Power BI logo. And if we come in Power BI desktop, so the way we will be starting is at the top, we will be showing the company's logo. So let me select. So you can drag your mouse by uh, pressing your left key. So that way it will do selection of all the charts, and then you can hold one of the KPIs, and then you can bring this down here, and then you have to go in insert, and you have to select image. So you could see here. Let me put this down. Menu image and Power BI logo. So let's say our company name is Power BI. So we will be putting to the right. But before arranging the report page, let's try to change the page size. So for changing the page size, you have to open the visualization pane. So within the visualization pane, you will have format option. And within this, you have the second option as page size. So I can expand this. By default, you will have 16 to 19 page size. So you could see the width what we have here and then the height. So 1280 by 720. So I can click on the drop down here and then I can change. But here I want to do customize and want to have a broader report page. So I'll be using uh, so custom So I'll be picking 24. Oh, I don't have numlock open. So here 2400 by 1120. So you could see by just changing the page size, I'm able to get more space so that I'll be able to properly present my data. If I undo this, you could see we have very limited space here. Yep, you could see we have very less space here. So we can completely move to this customize report page. 1120. And now the other thing what we want to do is we want to have a slightly grayish background. So I'm selecting page background, making it gray, transparency. Let me keep it to, yep, 35% looks good. And I can move my company logo to the right, and then I can arrange this. And then after that, I can have all my slices towards the right. So whatever user will be selecting, everything will be available towards the right, but I have all the KPIs at the top here. And I'll be going within the insert, and then I'll be inserting a text box, and I'll be naming this one as inventory analysis and changing the size. And let me move this to the top. Okay, so you could see the first ribbon. What I created is I'm showing the report page name, which is inventory analysis. And then following by that, I have all my KPIs available. So let me arrange this KPIs. And I have this chart, which I want to arrange. And then let me reduce the spacing. So move it to the top. And same way, move this one, reduce the height, give more width, move it a little to the top. And let's come to the other report page. On this one, we had table level breakdown. Let's bring it here, paste it, and then reduce the width and height as well. So when you do a cross filtering here, so you'll be able to see it will highlight whichever product you're selecting. And now if we see the table which we have used for our selection, then everything has mostly come from the products table. Then I can have a product slicer here. That means I can copy the category ID slicer, copy, paste, and then move this to the bottom, align it better. And then instead of showing the category ID, I can show product name. So you could see I have the product name here, drop down, select all option of selecting multiple products here. And then based on that, we will be having a selection and then the option to clear the slicer. Uh, so if I come into the data view here under the products, so you could see apart from the list of the products, we also have quantity per unit. So what we could do is we can again duplicate this chart. So copy the chart, paste it again, move it at the bottom. And for this, again, go to the products table and we have quantities per unit. So we'll be putting on the axis and then moving. So here, now instead of showing the products, so we are showing the quantities per unit. And then same thing we could do by taking the table visual, pasting it here, arranging this, and then now quantities per unit and done. So if I clear the category ID, so this will show me everything. But if I select bunch of categories, then it will show me as per my selection. If I'm selecting one specific category, so based on my selection, it will show that. And then if I'm selecting this, so let me keep the category as 6 or 7. Yep, you could see here. And then, so for this particular category ID, you could see we have 100 units in stock. We got an order of 136. So still we have a difference of 36 here. And once we have this report page created, as we have copied this chart, so I can delete this report page as well. So I have all the information present in one report page. I have the logo available and then page report page, KPI information slices available, table level information, chart level information, which is showing trend and all, and then capability of doing cross filtering along with the capability of selecting a slicer. And the other thing what we could do is, so we can go within the view and then we can change the theme of the report. So when I go in the drop down here, so you could see by default Power BI provides all these themes. Apart from this, we can also customize the theme. So if I choose the theme here, so you could see it has completely updated my report page. And then once I select this theme, I can also customize this theme. So the way I do is, so you could see this report, it's showing this is the theme which we are currently using. And then at the bottom, we have the option of customizing current theme. So I can click on this, it will open a menu, and then you could see we have the option of choosing different colors and then changing how to show the text and all. So instead of showing as 10, if let's say if you want to show as 14, you can do that. And then any of the other updates you can make. And then once you apply, it will be applied to your theme. So you could see the font size has increased. And again, I can go and then say customize current theme, text. I can reduce this to make it 11, and then you could see this one is applied. So yeah, so just you could see We created very simple measures. Using that, we created charts, duplicated the visuals, and then we were able to replicate and then create a specific report for inventory tracking. And then at the bottom, I can click on the report page name, rename it, and then I can say this as overview. And then this one also, I could do the same thing. So I could say inventory analysis overview, then KPIs, charts, and all, and we are all done. So once we make these changes, I will be reviewing this report with my manager. And then if I get any feedback, so let's say he's saying make negatives and positive, like based on that you have to show the color, then I will be coming in the format pane, and then within the data labels I can have uh, customized color. So you could see in terms of data labels, so I have the option of selecting colors. So then you could see it's showing as -36. Then I can click on this f of x, which is having a color conditional formatting, and I can update it. So the way we will have to do it is we will have to add a new measure. So let me open this products table here, and let me add a new measure. So anywhere in the table you can right click, and then it will give this menu, and then click on new measure. And then for this, we are doing conditional formatting, and we are doing for units difference. And we have to do a if condition here. So if def measure is less than or equal to 0, then we are marking it as 1. So let's mark it as 0, or if it is not, then mark it as 1. Let's apply that, and then let's see how that will display the data for us. So I'm copying this tile here, and then let me add the new measure that I created. So it's CF units difference. So you could see when the number is negative, this will be 0. And then let me select any other category ID. So you could see for category number 1, we have a positive number, and then it's showing as 1. So that means when this is positive, this will be 1. We have to make this one as green. So the simple logic we have to apply here within the data labels f of x, and then rules. So you could see format by, you have color scale, rules field value. So we have to say rules, and then we have to search for the conditional formatting here. And then we have to say if it is 0, then we have to make it as red, or we have to add a rule here, another rule saying if the number is 1, then we have to make it as green, and then done. So you could see now the number is 1 here, which means the difference is positive. So we are showing that one as green. And then for other category, for 6, you could see it's negative, and then it's showing it as red. So this is how you will be able to denote on the conditional formatting. So let me collapse the visualization fields pane here, and then we don't need this one. So you could see this is how we'll be able to conditional format your report page and then show it for the users. So there is a lot you could do on the report page, but this is very simple and a very uh, useful information for managing the inventory. The other thing what we could do here is when you click on any of these specific KPI or tile here, you also will be able to provide a drill through report page. So for adding the drill through report page, what you do is you add a new tab. So I added a new report page, and then here we are saying detail level data. And on this, let's say we are adding a table visual and then adding all the fields that we have available. So in the products table, we are adding product ID and we are adding product name, and we want to show amount, and we want to show units in stock, units order, and quantity per unit. Okay, so this is the complete information we have. So one thing what we could do is, so you see within the visualization pane, after we are adding the values, if you scroll down at the bottom, we have the option of drill through. So we have to add on which fields we want to do the drill through. So if we are adding drill through by product name, then you could see a back button is added on this report page. So you could see a back button here, and I can hide this report page. And then if I come on this overview, close the visualization fields pane, I can click on this bar chart, and then you could see here it's providing me option of doing a drill through, and then it's providing me the report page name. If you observe, the name what it is showing here will be same as the new report page what we created. So if I click on this, then this is now showing me the detail level information. This is like if you're assigned to one specific region and then you have want to drill down and then see the list of product belonging to that specific category, then you would do drill through like this. So you have to again do a control click and then it will take you back to this report page. To see it in a more effective way, so one thing what we could do is, let me reduce the height of this table visual, and let me add, so let me copy, paste it here, again slide this down and increase the height. And this time I also want to add category here. So drop down, I'm not sure if this is tight, but let's see. Okay. Yep. So you see we have different categories available. So as we want to do a drill through on category, so again we have to come in the drill through report page, open the visualization pane, and then add the category field. Which on whichever field you want to do the drill through, you have to come here and add. So I added, you could see. So now we have category name, product name, and category ID as a drill through. And then I'm clicking here, going back. I don't have any slicer selection here. So I want to see all the all the products belonging to seafood. Then I can right click on this, see the drill through, click here, and then you'll be able to see all the products belonging to that specific category. And then if I open here, so you could see it directly have picked the category name as seafood here. So yeah, this is how you will be able to do the drill through and then provide like very neat information for your users. So in our next class, we will be seeing how we can use bookmarks and then make the report much appealing. So let me stop the recording.